as the cool kids say, this is a banger. At just 23 years old, this Canadian producer and composer is bridging the gap between the sounds of the East and the West. Ikwinder Singh, aka Ikky, is out with a new single, debuting his first Hindi and EDM offering, Ishq. The pioneering Punjabi producer is performing tonight at Mac Hall, part of the national TD Music Connected series, and joining us in studio to tell us all about his new music is Ikky. You hail from Toronto. That's where I'm from, by the way. So I know Rexdale very, very, very well. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's awesome to be from Rexdale out here in Calgary right now.
Yeah, and I hope we can touch on this a little bit. So you grew up with music in your home. Tell us a bit about how that really inspired you to pursue this path in music.
Well, I mean, like, my dad was really into it, you know, and he couldn't get his dream across while he was in India. So when he came out here, he brought me and my brother into the play. And yeah, it was just the inspiration was him. You know, kind of music was really just our trying to find a way out, you know, out of, you know, Rexdale. But it turned out to be something that was a lot more culturally significant, since it's not something Canada or America or anything besides India is really familiar with.
Okay, let's touch on that. Okay, so I was saying in the intro, you're about combining the sounds of the East and the West. So you're, you know, the background, Punjabi music. Now, this song that you're out with now, it's more the EDM style. This is your first time into EDM. So let's talk about like the Punjabi feel and how you're trying to make that more mainstream for the rest of us.
Right. Well, half of it is just my own like creative path as well, right? It's like, you know, I've done a lot of Punjabi music, a lot of traditional Punjabi music, a lot of hip hop, a lot of pop Punjabi music. But now it was time for me to kind of like pivot. You know, I want to do a little bit something that was more producer based, a lot more like DJ based. And that's where, you know, this idea came to do Ishq, right? It's bringing a total Western genre into a genre that wasn't familiar with it. So it's kind of cool.
That's great. And it sounds great. Now, you have worked in your few short years, since you were 17, you were ghost producing for other artists. In those few short years, you have worked with international artists, and you have over 1 billion streams. Like, that's like the level of, I mean, Taylor Swift has billions of streams, but you're on that level.
Right.
What has it meant for you to get this kind of success, and how do you tie it in with your culture?
Well, it's really just bringing it out to the West, right? For me, it's like I get to come out here and have a turban on. I get to, you know, bring Punjabi music to the table. Like, the billions of streams, like, they matter. But what we've been able to do culturally, like move the music forward in Canada, you know, that is what's worth more. You know, just because it's pioneering something new, right? It's bringing something new to the West, and I think that's what, like, you know, the streams though, like, obviously that, you know, gives us the recognition, and it gives us the ability to keep going and keep making more music. But you know, the significance really here is the culture itself moving forward.
That's amazing. And so tonight you're performing at Mac Hall, which, by the way, if you haven't performed there before, it's known to bring in some really great acts, especially up-and-coming acts. I gotta tell you that. So you're in great company. But that's not your first time in Calgary. I understand that you were here during the Calgary Stampede playing the Coca-Cola stage. We also have video of that.
Oh, do we?
People were chanting your name. That's an amazing response to get from somewhere you've not performed before.
No, the Stampede was kind of, again, it was like no Punjabi artist has been there. So we kind of went there with just, you know, a little hope, but not too much, you know, and we went in there, and all of a sudden there's a big crowd at 2 p.m. that there's not supposed to be one at that time. And so that kind of, again, gave us that cultural recognition that we're doing something right. And, you know, we're pulling in, you know, we're not just pulling in fans, you're pulling in culture, right? You're bringing in the culture back, you're bringing whatever the, you know, the new Canadian Punjabi culture is. Like, you know, we're trying to make it even more traditional, yet I speak English, you know, but I also speak Punjabi. So it's cool, like, to come out here and do the Stampede, because it's historical in a way, you know what I'm saying? And it just, like, you know, it certifies us as being the ones at the forefront of all of this.
That's
So it's
amazing.
crazy. Yeah, Calgary has been one of the unexpected places of love.
Well, you know what? Okay, so just so you know, like Stampede, known for its, Western culture,
Yeah.
country music, but it's really also considered like a 10-day music festival. So
Right.
it's great that you're here at that point where
Yeah.
we're exposing more music to different crowds.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing. I do want to just get into this. You have a new role as a creative director at 91 North.
Yeah.
How important is this? And just explain again, like you get to now work with more artists and
Right.
really bring the genre.
Right. Well, so far I was just working as Ikky, right? I was following my own creative path, but the opportunity came up with Warner Music Canada and Warner Music India to be the creative director of this new label 91 North, and it's amazing to see that a Canadian label is taking chances on Punjabi music, right? And so, I think I've built myself enough to be courageous to do something like that, where I'm not just worried about my own music anymore. Now I'm able to creatively direct, all of Punjabi music, or else or as much as we have, and so I think that role is, for me, is like a very precious one, to be able to bring, like, just to even get to that point of Warner Music Canada thinking about an idea of having a Punjabi label is big enough. So being there and being a part of it means a lot, and I'm working towards doing some good things out there.
And at 23 years old, you've achieved so much. Congratulations, and thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here with us. Ikky's show is tonight at the Mac Hall Ballroom. For more information, go online to machallconcerts.com or ikkymusic.com. And to connect with him, go online to ikkymusic.com or find him on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.